Okay, so while Nigeria is dealing with past political crisis, a current one is unfolding in Rivers State, where Governor Fubara is facing intense opposition with political tensions escalating between him and his predecessor, Nyesom Wike. The crisis had led to, mass resignations in the state government with allegations that Wike still pulls the strings behind the scenes. There's just been so many dramas, and the dramas has fueled debate about political godfatherism and true autonomy of elected leaders. Now, Barrister Chukwudi, let's get straight into this particular one. Constitutionally, can a sitting governor like Fubara take legal action if he believes external forces are undermining his administration? And what legal options does he really have to be able to handle the situation as, this is already looking big?
The law by Section 308 of our 1999 Constitution only restrain people from suing the governor or deputy governor, president or vice president, both criminally or civil wrongs to their person. That is in their personal name. That is to say, you will not see an action now that is saying Fubara against so and so person against Fubara. Now, he is acting currently as the executive governor of his state. There are certain legal actions which he will take, but that must be an action which intends to address the massive interests of the state, in which case such an action will be taken through the chief law officer of the state. That is to say, the Attorney General of the state, who also doubles as Commissioner for Justice. That is the person who has this portfolio in maintaining an actions for and on behalf of the state. That is one. Now, from what is happening in Rivers State currently, it is a tussle which is between the sitting governor and some elements in the state, and in which actions have been multiplied in various places. You have the one challenging the removal, you have the one challenging the cross-carpeting, you have the one challenging the constitution of the House of Assembly, you have the one challenging the powers of the state governor in passing budgets and implementing some of these monthly allocations. These are various actions. Now, compartmentalizing them, you will see that some of these actions, but not all, are squarely for the interest of the state, such as the one that was recently determined at the Supreme Court, which goes to a far extent of making declarations, including warning the CBN not to allocate the monthly allocations to the state until the appropriate allocations, budget have been approved by the appropriate persons. You see, such a thing goes to the root of the interest of the least person in that state, who are benefiting from the monthly allocations, such as salaries, such as passage of one or two things, which affects day-to-day life of the people. Now, if you ask me whether he can maintain an action, yes, he can maintain an action through his Attorney General when it involves the affairs of the state. Yes.
Okay. Now let's go to you, Mr. Charles. You've followed Nigeria's politics for years. Is this just another classic case of godfatherism, or is there something deeper that you think is at play in Rivers State? Now, do you also think that Fubara has what it takes to actually break free from all of this drama that is happening in Rivers State right now?
The River State's problem is multidimensional. Like I can't even place it, because there's so many things are playing at the same time. So you have the fact that a godfather had installed his prodigy in power, and so the prodigy now decides, I want to dissociate myself from you. I don't want to take a directive from you anymore. And then he's locked in that quagmire of now fighting the godfather. And the godfather is saying, you know what, I won't let this go if I have to fight this, to get my structure back. If you think you can destroy a structure I've built for many years, then you're in for some really, really bad mood. So now this certain godfather is now in today's government. The dynamics of this whole Rivers story would have changed if Wike is not part of this government. Now, what Wike may be telling Tinubu is, look, you don't know what is going on. This of his allegiance to you, and the only person you are sure of is me. I've already given you Rivers, from the 2023 election. So 2027 is 2 years away here. And you can't be playing this kind of politics. So allow me to deal with this boy, and I will deliver 2027 to you. I'll deliver Rivers State to you to 2027. This is exactly what I think at the political level, that's what is playing on. And Tinubu is just, watching what's playing and hoping that at the end of the day, whatever happens, he still leaves his cards open. He can tell Fubara, look, fight this thing, go this way, as long as I'm secure for 2027. This is exactly what is for right now. It is about 2027. Maybe last year, few months back, it might not be a game of 2027 anymore. But right now, it's about 2027. And Fubara maybe isn't playing the cards that Tinubu wants to hear. But coming to the matter, the case in point, like the crux of the issue, there's no way in hell that if Wike is not holding a ministerial position, and a top one at that in this government, that he will have the kind of power he has to be doing what he's doing in Rivers State. I mean, go and check in the past. We've had Obaseki versus Oshomole. We've had, even Tinubu himself, he had his own fair share of godfatherism, even though he has been able to play his own so well that he decides and calls the shot anyway. I mean, for a state like Lagos. We've had several of these kinds of back and forth, but we haven't seen this messy. This is the messiest, fights of political godson and godfather we've ever seen. And it's not just about resources, it's also about power. And I just pity, Fubara. I pity him because at some point he felt like he was winning it, but as it is right now, he's almost losing everything. I mean, it's just a matter of time. He might be impeached by this State House of Assembly. Yes, we have had people who have come out to speak in his favor. The militant man, I'm talking about Asari Dokubo. Asari Dokubo yesterday came out and was screaming that whatever they are planning on in Abuja should remain in Abuja, that nothing should happen to Fubara's position. The restatement of the 27 lawmakers, by the Supreme Court, let them know that this is a state run by a governor, and the job people will not accept any form of impeachment or impeaching the governor, no matter what the situation is. And you don't want a situation where you return back to, a state of anarchy. We know the number of the number of oil wells that Rivers State has, and the contribution of Rivers State, oil to the Nigerian economy. Our economy is still oil dependent. So there's a lot that's at stake if Fubara is impeached. So there's a whole lot that is playing out that I personally don't see any way out if Fubara doesn't defect to the APC that will stall, Wike from making more moves, or at the very best, engage non-state actors, to just do what Asari Dokubo has just done. Just put out threat there and hope that, this threat goes a long way, in stopping certain moves from the other end. So it's a messy situation. And for somebody who is like Wike, I don't see him stopping at any time soon. He's going to continue, and until Fubara is removed, I don't think Wike is going to stop. But I'm just hoping, things, get smoother by the day. But with what I'm seeing, I don't see it get smoother at all.